Alright guys, welcome back to my review of WWE Monday Night Raw for September 3rd, 2012. Oh man, the show just ended and the big news from the show has to be CM Punk getting in the car with Paul Heyman. That is just awesome. I heard that they wanted to work together, kind of form some type of alliance. WWE wasn't sure if they wanted to go in that direction. And that is a great idea for these guys to be together. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. But there was some really bizarre stuff on this show. The entire Hug It Out segment. But anyway, the show opens up with Michael Cole. He's alone. And apparently CM Punk attacked Jerry Lawler backstage before Raw started. And Punk beats him up. He says "stupid shirt" as he tries to rip it off of Lawler. And even though Punk is being held back by referees, he still is able to kick Lawler in the face and knock him out. So Sheamus comes out. He's talking about Del Rio and he's interrupted by Punk. As expected, the crowd in Chicago loves Punk. He tells Sheamus not to try and talk to his hometown. And I was like, damn, he was pretty harsh out here actually. He says Lawler attacked him from behind. He brings up Cena saving Lawler last week, and the fans boo. Like, CM Punk was beating up this old man. Cena runs out to save him, and they boo him. They boo Cena for this. But he says that it was Cena who turned his back on the WWE Universe. Sheamus says Punk is interrupting him just like he claims The Rock always would interrupt him. And Sheamus actually looked flustered here. He looked like he might be legit pissed off. I don't know if he was pissed off because he said something like he was trying to tell CM Punk, we're going to be doing this all night. You're going to be talking for 30 minutes and I don't have that time. And I don't know if he was like legit pissed or just kind of flustered. He wasn't expecting the Chicago crowd to be that against him. But Punk says that Sheamus is the World Heavyweight Champion, so he's only second best. Yeah, just pretty rough stuff out here. AJ comes out, makes it number one contender versus number one contender, Del Rio versus Cena for later, and champion versus champion, Punk versus Sheamus. First match is Dolph versus Orton. This was pretty good. Ziggler actually wins with a roll-up and holding the tights, but that's great. I mean, at least he won the match. And sure, he had to hold the tights, but I mean, that's really nothing. So yeah, that was a great idea here. At first I was thinking, I don't really care to see Ziggler versus Orton because I just see WWE putting Orton over in the end. But the fact that Ziggler won tonight gives me a lot of hope for this feud, if that is the direction they want to go. So this was good stuff. Miz comes out to take Lawler's place on commentary. And he's there the entire night. And I thought Miz did a pretty good job on commentary here. Anger Management Class 2. The Anger Collage. Daniel Bryan has this collage. It looks like serial killer writings of no and yes over and over again. Kane's is a blank piece of paper. He throws in a trash can and then does his thing and lights the trash can on fire. Bryan calls him the teacher's pet and Kane laughs. Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara versus Tensai and Cody Rhodes. This was pretty good. Rey hits a 619 on Tensai, a 619 on Cody. He tags in Sin Cara. Sin Cara hits a swanton off the top on Cody for the win. There was something weird in this match where for a second it cuts to Michael Cole and The Miz on commentary, and then when it cuts back to the match, Cody and Rey are moving at like super speed. I don't know what happened here, if there was something they wanted to take out of the tape, because it is a live show, but it's on a tape delay in case something happens. Like, let's just say, for example, a fan streaks across the ring or something, and they have to cut that out real fast. It is on a tape delay, so I assume something had to happen where they cut to the announcers, and then to fix the delay, everything was moving like rapidly for a second. Anger Management with Kane catching Daniel Bryan. They do the trust bit where Daniel Bryan has to fall back and Kane catch him, and Kane catches him, and then they have to catch Harold, and neither of them catch Harold. It was pretty funny. Sheamus versus Punk. I actually wrote down here, because of this match, I was thinking, this is not the main event. Well, there was the reason for that, obviously. Punk comes out wearing jeans. He says Chicago respects his decisions. It's Labor Day. He's taking the day off. Now, when I knew they were going to be in Chicago, I figured Punk would have to do something major to get heat here. Like really hurt Lawler in some way or something like that to get heat in his hometown. And I guess the best way they decided to do that was just have him not do anything. So I didn't really care much for that idea, but I guess it worked later on. I mean, I'm still excited over this Heyman deal. Like, that really did help the show for me, and all it was Heyman just looking out the window. But man, did it look badass. It was just so good. AJ stops Punk as he goes to leave and says he can't leave. Punk tells her to check the deal, bro. He has personal days. Matt Striker comes up and asks what she's going to do, and AJ says, "Who are you?" So we get Sheamus versus Swagger instead. Definitely not on the same level, but Del Rio comes out for commentary. Sheamus makes Swagger tap to the Texas Cloverleaf, so I guess Sheamus has yet another finisher. Now he's got a submission. I mean, holy crap, what is that? He's got the Razor's Edge, which he never hits anymore, the Brogue Kick, White Noise, Texas Cloverleaf. I mean, that's 4 moves right there he can beat somebody with. Del Rio brawls with Sheamus afterwards, and Sheamus hits White Noise on him, and then he hits the Brogue Kick on Ricardo. Eve versus Caitlyn with Layla in commentary. It was alright, I guess. Eve hits the Crossroads for the win. Afterwards, she helps Caitlyn up and shakes hands with Layla. Backstage, Swagger tells AJ he's taking some extended time off. AJ says, "You can't leave me. Everybody's left me. Punk, Jericho, Brock." And Swagger just says, "Sorry." So I don't know what they're going to do with him. Anger management. Bryan offers Kane a rematch, and Kane says he will try not to eviscerate him. And Bryan says he will make him tap out. They start arguing. They're going back and forth. The teacher freaks out and tells them they don't listen and storms out of the room. I don't know. So we get a poll for tonight's show. Do the fans want to see Daniel Bryan and Kane fight, tag team together, or hug it out, bitch? And oh my God, there was some guy behind Michael Cole as soon as they announced this, mocking the entire thing. He grabbed his phone and was like, "I gotta tweet this." It was pretty funny. But that just goes to show you that the fans think this is a freaking joke. Stryker asks Del Rio about Ricardo's condition. Otunga says his client has no comment. So I guess they're going to be kind of working together now. He's supposed to address the situation on SmackDown. Jinder Mahal versus Ryback. Ryback has a new t-shirt. Typical Ryback wins. I'm wondering why he's back with Jinder Mahal. I mean, he can't progress like this. He can't move forward when he keeps doing the same old crap. They have all these NXT guys. Just have him beat someone. Have him start a new feud. He beat Jinder Mahal. He kind of did some stuff with Swagger. How about Drew McIntyre? Something. But why would he go back to Jinder? You cannot... He's not moving forward. You know what I mean? AJ tells Stryker to tell Del Rio and Cena their match will be Falls Count Anywhere. Kane and Bryan have to come out and hug it out. Kane had this weird paint on his face. It's like the eye parts of his mask they painted red, and it like bled down to the sides of his face. It looked really weird. And I also noticed there was a fan in the crowd during this segment with a Briscoe Brothers Man Up t-shirt, which was pretty cool. But they hug it out, and then they start fighting. Kane tries to kill Daniel Bryan, putting a chair over his head, like he's going to jump off the top rope and break his neck. Referees stop him, and while he's distracted, Bryan hits him with a chair and escapes. We get Cesaro versus Santino. Cesaro really just squashes him here, wins with the neutralizer. I thought it was good. Zack Ryder versus Heath Slater. I don't know why, but yeah, they did this match. Slater actually slaps Zack Ryder in the back of the head like he's playing guitar. And just slaps him in the head. That was awesome. Ryder wins with a Rough Rider. Vicky comes out, demands to speak with AJ. So AJ comes out and says the board told her she has to apologize. She apologizes. Vicky keeps pushing her, saying, say it like you mean it. Kind of the same thing we saw with Laurinaitis in the Big Show a few months ago. Vicky slaps her, but AJ was told by the board she can't touch anyone, so she can't do anything. And I'm thinking, well, she could still fire her for this. I mean, she put her hands on a general manager. She can be fired. But Vicky laughs and slaps her again and skips up the ramp. And then AJ freaks out. She's trying to slam a chair. This was painful. This was just bad, watching her try to have like this nervous breakdown. And she's so small, it was like hard for her to swing the chair. It just didn't look very good. Main event, Cena versus Del Rio, Falls Count Anywhere. This was alright. Back body drop through the announce table by Del Rio. That was cool. They fight backstage. Cena hits the AA on Del Rio on top of some crap back there, and then Punk runs out, kicks him in the back of the head, and puts Del Rio over Cena for the win. There's this black car sitting outside. CM Punk picks Cena up, drops him on the hood of the car, and then he just looks over and says respect, and then he gets in the car, and as the car's driving past Cena, the window rolls down, and Paul Heyman just looks down at him and just keeps driving. And that was it. That was this week's episode of Raw. There was some good stuff here. I'm glad Ziggler went over. Love the Heyman stuff. I think this whole alliance thing with him, Punk, Brock, and Heyman, this has so much potential. I mean, I hope they do some great stuff with this, and they could, but I'm always skeptical with WWE. Like, they've had some great angles before that they've screwed up. Nexus comes to mind. But yeah, right now I am very excited about this. Anger management stuff wasn't that great this week. Last week it was really funny. This week it was okay. The hug it out stuff, I didn't care for at all. But yeah, this show was pretty good, I have to say. So that's it, guys. That's my review of this week's Monday Night Raw. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's episode in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Bye. Our stuff on this show, the entire hug it out segment, but anyway, the show opens up with Michael Cole. He's alone. And apparently CM Punk attacked Jerry Lawler backstage before Raw started. And Punk beats him up. He says stupid shirt as he tries to rip it off of Lawler. And even though Punk is being held back by referees, he still is able to kick Lawler in the face and knock him out. So Sheamus comes out. He's talking about Del Rio, and he's interrupted by Punk. Alright guys, welcome back to my review of WWE Monday Night Raw for September 3rd, 2012. Oh man, the show just ended, and the big news from the show has to be CM Punk getting in the car with Paul Heyman. That is just, as expected, the crowd in Chicago loves Punk. He tells Sheamus not to try and talk to his hometown. And I was like, damn, he was pretty harsh out here, actually. He says Lawler attacked him from behind. He brings up Cena, says, awesome. I heard that they wanted to work together, kind of form some type of alliance. WWE wasn't sure if they wanted to go in that direction. And that is a great idea for these guys to be together. So, yeah, I'm very excited about that. But there was some really bizarre